how are guys feeling just knowing that you guys are in control of your own destiny now?
Yeah, emotions are high. Everybody's excited. I mean, you could have a team that's 1-7, and now we've won. How many have we won straight? Six straight,
Seven.
seven straight. That's hard to do in the NFL. And honestly, I've always wondered how it felt to be on a team that's turned that around like this, and it's a great atmosphere. And it's a tight knit family here, and everybody grinds for each other. Everybody takes care of each other, and I think it's just one of those things where we keep it 1-0, and we kind of just go with the flow of things, and one play at a time, and it's really truly honestly just one play at a time. And you look up and you got big plays being made, and I think that's why we are being able to be as successful as we are right now.
Go to Jose.
Thank you, Philip. I wanted to ask you about, the catch for Mac Hollins in the third quarter. It seemed like that was a big moment for you guys.
Definitely. Mac had a great catch. And, somebody needed to make a play. He made a play, but he's honestly, if you really go and watch the whole film, he's doing a lot of dirty work. He's a phenomenal player on the punt. As you guys see, he's down in the punt at the 1 inch yard line. Like that's the type of stuff that wins games is how good your special teams can do. Can you make those big plays? Matt came up really big for us, and I'm proud of him. And it's exciting to see a player like that with so much energy that just kind of goes and takes it one play at a time. And honestly, he seems like nothing phases him. And he has fun, and it shows up. And hats off to Mike for doing that.
Does anyone else have any questions for Philip? We'll go to Barry.
Hi, Philip. It was a 3-pronged rushing attack tonight. How many skills do you think of you and Duke and Miles complement each other?
I think it's, you're coming to the end of the season where people are getting banged up. Yeah, people are getting banged up, and you definitely need, it's not just us. We have a couple other running backs on our roster that if needed will do well. And I think that helps out a lot. And I think that, we do complement each other well. And, we're getting the dirty yards right now. And we always say we need to stay ahead of the chains. And that's what it's all about. We all want to make those big plays and things, but they will come as time goes on. But it's key that we stay in front of the change. We get those dirty yards because it adds up at the end of the game.
I want to ask you about the Wildcat as well. Obviously,
Yeah.
a bit tonight. Is that something which you enjoy doing?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that I've done before, and honestly, I've had to do it against the Saints last year when we had no quarterbacks in Denver. So, I'm kind of familiar with it. And, it's just kind of shocking that, back in Denver, we had no quarterbacks and we played the Saints. And now we play the Saints again, majority of their quarterbacks are out, and it's just, it's a coincidence, but, it is what it is.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Philip.
Thank you guys. You guys take care. Be safe.
All right, guys, we have Zach Sieler next. If you want to get started raising your hands, we'll start with questions. We will start with Joe.
Hey, Zach, I wanted to ask you what it was like to be part of a defensive game where the team has 8 sacks.
Oh, hold on, Zach, you're muted, so.
Sorry, can you ask that again?
Yeah, Zach, I wanted to ask, what is it like to be a part of a game where the defense you're on has 8 sacks?
It's a team effort. I mean, or a defensive effort right there. It takes all 11. Coverage and the rush need to marry together. So I think we did a good job of putting those two together today.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, we're going to only have time for one more. Sorry about that. We'll go to Marcel.
Well, sorry for disappointing anybody who was waiting to ask the question, but I got to ask, is that your chain?
No.
Who'd you borrow that from?
Butler.
Gotcha. And when you're playing like this, when you've got a rookie quarterback making his first start, is it just an opportunity for a defense to pin its ears back and just attack? Since, it's not like he's seen a whole lot of film in his NFL career.
I think it's more so you got to almost do more of your technique. You don't know what's going to happen. So I think you just got to play our game. You can't get overzealous or too excited about anything. I think it's just as much of any other time is play your technique and do your job.
All right. Thank you, Zach.
Yeah, no problem.
We're going to have Coach Flo up next. If you guys want to raise your hands, we'll get started with questions for him. Okay, we will start with Daniel.
Hey Brian, I know the season isn't over and you guys still have, at least 2 more games to play in the regular season, but to start 1-7 and to win 7 games and put yourself in a position where you just need to win and be in the playoffs, I guess, what do you want the overarching message to be for anyone that looks at your team and the turnaround that you've had this season?
I think, this team stuck together really the entire year. I think, obviously we dealt with a lot of adversity early in the year. And I think, it revealed a lot revealed a lot. I would say revealed the character of the guys in our locker room. Revealed, that, some people were with you and some people were on the fence. I think our guys just kept fighting. They kept sticking together. And, I think they support each other. They work hard. They give great effort. And when you do those things, you put yourself in a position to get the results you're looking for.
David?
Coach, can you talk about your defensive approach against Ian Book making his NFL debut and Nick Needham's early pick 6 setting the tone in that regard?
Yeah, credit to Josh and the defensive staff, but we have a nice game plan. Mixing coverages, mixing the fronts. Did a good job stopping the run, which was a big emphasis. Thought the guys just played. They played hard. They played fast. They gave great effort. We knew it was going to be a 16-minute game. We knew it wasn't going to be easy. It was a physical Saints team. Sean had them ready. Had made some adjustments in the game that, then we had to make some adjustments. So I thought they had a good plan. We just made a few more plays than they did.
Joe?
Well, it was referenced a little bit earlier, but just to be more specific about it, the Dolphins are currently in playoff position with 2 games to play. What are your thoughts on the idea that the team does not have to rely on anybody else? Just focus on the games ahead for the Dolphins.
I think the games, this week, we'll enjoy tonight, but the game ahead is going to be as tough as any game we're going to play. I've already taken a look at Tennessee. Obviously, I know Mike. I have a lot of respect for him. I know he'll have his guys ready. So, we'll enjoy tonight. I think our guys played it's a hard-fought 60-minute game. So we'll enjoy this one, and then we'll turn the page and get started on the next opponent.
Omar?
In terms of what this team has been able to accomplish winning 7 straight games, how difficult is that I know every game is a 1-game playoff situation and you have a linear focus on the season, but to win 7 straight games is kind of an accomplishment.
Yeah, I think it's really just 1 in a row, and that's really all we're trying to do. And that's kind of the approach. And I think our guys, kind of taking to that approach, and the preparation, how important the preparation is. I don't know who that is talking, but the preparation that's needed to get results in this league. There's a lot that goes into that. There's a lot of work, a lot of working together. I think our, George, Eric, Danny, Josh, our coaching staff has done a nice job of putting together game plans and giving our guys a chance to have some success. The focus is to try to do it one more time.
Adam?
Hey, Flo, I wanted to get a little clarity in the answer you gave earlier. You said that, it revealed a lot about your locker room, revealed that some people were with you and some people were on the fence. Was that talking about people outside of the building or inside of the building?
Look, there's distractions always. And when things aren't going, your way, I think, it just reveals a lot about a lot of things, I would say. Look, I've always had belief in this team, our players, our coaches. We maybe there were some people who didn't share that same belief, and I understand, why. But at the end of the day, it's not about anyone else. It's about the guys in that locker room, and the guys in our building, and the people in our building, and we believe in each other. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Thank you.
Any final questions? Great. Thanks, Flo.
Yep.
Do I need this one? We good.
Nick, can you hear us okay?
Y'all can hear me?
Okay. If you guys want to raise your hands, we'll get started with questions for Nick Needham. We will start with Daniel.
Hey, Nick. I know that coming into this game, you guys were respectful of Ian Book and what the Saints were going to be doing in terms of preparation. But, as you get into that game and you just know that everything is rolling, just how much fun is that as a defense to know that you guys can just kind of dial it up and it's going to work and you're going to have your way?
Right. Now, today was definitely fun when we can just execute like that throughout the whole game. I think they caught a little hot drive, I think, right before halftime. So we went in there and just regrouped and said, let's do what we've been doing all game. And you can see that in the second half, we're all just having fun, celebrating with each other. And it's tough to beat a team like that. So we're just trying to just keep doing that and keep feeding off that energy.
Al?
Hi, Nick.
Hey.
The fact of the matter is right now, you guys don't need any help whatsoever. You take care of your business, win 2 more games, you're in the playoffs. What's that feeling like?
We just had to take it 1 week at a time, just like we've been telling each other all year. When it comes down to this part of the year. Each week is the most important game of the year, like you said. So these next 2 weeks are the most important games of the year. So, but we just got to take it 1 week at a time and just go out there next week to Tennessee and just try to execute what we did today, and just try to feed off this game.
Omar?
Nick, have you ever been part of a game where you held an opponent 0 for 12 on third downs? And how much did that really drive? What was the catalyst that drove the defensive performance today?
I think, like you said, we kind of on the edge, and each week is the most important game of the week or the year, and I think just trying to do that. But no, I've never been a part of a game where we held a quarterback or offense to 0-12. I would say that's somewhat impressive. I don't know if there's a better record or something like that, but I've never been a part of anything like that. So hats off to all the guys on defense working hard and executing, just everybody being on the same page. And I think that's why it resulted in that. And Ian Book, rookie quarterback, we mixed up some looks on him, so had him a little confused out there, and I think that's what also played a big part in that. And we did a good job on first and second down throughout most of the game, just holding them to like 1 to 3 yards and getting them on third and long instead of third and short.
David?
Hey, Nick, your pick six, can you take me through that play from your perspective, how you saw it develop, and also just what it felt like to make a play like that right off the bat, Monday Night Football on that stage, that platform?
Oh, no, that was great. I never had a pick six ever in my life, so that was my first one ever, so that was real cool. And definitely, like you said, it's cool. First play in, just get right to it. So, I mean, we came out in man, but they didn't have a really good protection look, so we just went max blitz on them. And so we knew the ball had to come out quick. So I was just staring at the quarterback. And right when he said HUD, he was looking at the slot. And he was about to throw it before the receiver even broke. So I was just staring at the quarterback and broke. And then I think the ball got tipped or something like that. And shit landed right in my hands. And it was lit.
All right. Thank you, Nick.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll just at home chilling.
If you guys want to raise your hands, we will get started with questions for Christian. We'll go to Daniel.
Hey, Christian, I know you guys still have 2 more regular season games left, but knowing that you started 1-7, 7 straight wins, and you got an opportunity to control your own playoff destiny, I guess what do you want the overarching message to be when people look at your team and kind of talk about this team and what you guys have overcome and accomplished?
Really just we just stayed the course throughout the whole season. We didn't grow weary. We just stuck with the program, stuck with what we knew. And even when things were tough, we just took it one day at a time, one game at a time. And that's what we'll continue to do the rest of the season. It seems that seems to be the right mindset, and that's the approach we'll take. That's the approach we have taken. That's the approach we will continue to take.
And when you guys woke up this morning, I mean, were you personally aware of kind of how the outcomes of Sunday's game affected your trajectory? Were you aware that you guys were just on a win-in-your-own situation?
You hear rumbles here and there, but I don't pay too much attention to it. All I know is that, we just got to control what we can control. And then, the rest will take care of itself.
David?
Hey, Christian, got to ask you about stripping Alvin Kamara of his towel. Was that something that you planned you were going to do? Was that just a spur of the moment decision to get into his head? Kind of what was going through your mind?
I'm not going to really get too much into that, but, like a lot of things I do throughout the course of the game are all just in good fun. I don't mean any harm by anything. It's just I'm a big kid out there. I have a lot of fun, a little gamesmanship, but I definitely don't ever want to cost my team anything. So it's, in certain situations, I got to be smarter. But, like I said, it's always in just good fun and just, just a little gamesmanship.
Barry?
Hi, Christian. Obviously, You guys have rushed the passer really well in this stretch, great coverage. But as far as stopping the run, that's obviously been something you all have done very well in these straight wins. Can you talk a little bit about the factors contributing to that, whether it's your play, Zach, Raekwon Davis being back, your linebacker play? What would you point to as reasons why you all are doing well against the run?
Really, it's just a collective effort. I feel like biggest mindset is just everyone's focusing on their job. No one's trying to do too much. No one's trying to be heroes. The good thing about this defense is that we got a lot of guys who can get it done and do a good job. And so you never know who is going to be, who has a big game or makes a lot of plays or whatever. But, we got a lot of guys who focus on doing their job and, trying to do it well and just playing off each other. We got a lot of guys who now play together for 2 and 3 years. So, there's good chemistry built and just good confidence in each other. And, E-Rob says something, I'm shutting up, I'm listening. If I'm like, oh, I'm thinking about doing this, whatever, you can kind of just play off each other and you kind of know what each other's strengths and weaknesses, and, it just all helps.
Jose?
Thank you. Christian, Coach mentioned the character of this team and you guys being together throughout the ups and downs of the season. How would you describe what you see from your teammates now that you have been able to win 7 games? They're close to the playoffs. What do you see from your teammates day in and day out?
Really just a group of guys who, care about each other, who love playing together, love the game of football. And a bunch of guys who just take it one day at a time. A bunch of guys who want to be their best each and every time they walk into the facility, they walk onto that field, and that's just the mindset we have.
Okay, we have time for one more. We'll go to Mark.
Hey, Christian, congrats on the win today. Outstanding performance by the defense, 8 total sacks. How were you all able to give Ian Book different looks, and what will it take for you all next week to continue this effort?
Well, yeah, we were able to do some good stuff today as a defense. Happy about the way we fought. We just competed and we came out here and, put on, did a pretty good job. And, it was a solid performance. There's always things we can improve on and get better at. And that's just it. We're going to have to find what we didn't do so well, and improve on that and continue to do things we did do well. It's all about getting better. You're never a finished product. And, just got to have that, one day at a time mindset.
All right, thank you, Christian. Jerome, can you hear us okay?
Yes.
Guys, please raise your hands and we'll get started with questions for Jerome. We will start with Daniel.
Hey, Jerome, I'm just curious, as you woke up this morning and you were kind of getting ready for the game and preparing yourself, were you aware of how Sunday's games kind of shook out and how you guys are essentially were in a win in situation? I mean, right now, if you guys win your final two games, you'll be in the playoffs. Were you aware of how all that came to be this weekend?
No, not really. I just knew got to come out here and win a game. So I didn't really. I'm not gonna say I didn't care, but I wasn't looking forward to it or looking out for it.
Well, now that you're, after a 1-7 start, 7 straight wins, just knowing that you are in that situation now and you just have to kind of take care of what's in front of you. I guess what's the mantra of the team? How do you and personally feel about that?
I mean, just keep it going. What we've been doing has been working. Let's taking it one day at a time, one game at a time, and it's been working for us. So why change it? So I think that's just our approach right now. Is just keep doing what we've been doing.
Al?
Jerome, you had 8 sacks, gave up 164 yards and 0 for 12 on third down. When you look at some of those numbers, how do you assess this defensive performance? Could you ask for much more than that?
I'm sure Flo will have some corrections. That's one thing I'm pretty sure you have. Josh the same way. That's just the approach of our team is just we just want to get better and better and better, and we know we can accomplish some great things. So at the end of the day, we're just going to take that approach and just keep getting better. I mean, we could have played better, but ultimately we're going to enjoy this one and worry about next week.
Thanks. Good luck on the corrections.
Ruthie?
Jerome, you guys are the first team in NFL history to have 7 straight losses and 7 straight wins in the same season. What does that say about the character of this group?
I mean, it says a lot that we believe in our coaching staff, we believe in each other, and anything is possible. We just got to take it one day at a time, and it's been working for us. So I'm just keep saying that, and we just got to continue just doing what we've been doing and just keep getting it done.
All right. Thank you, Jerome.
Peace.
Guys, please raise your hands and we'll get started with questions for Tua. Daniel?
Hey, so I know obviously you and Jalen have a connection going back to Alabama, but could you have foresaw him having this amount of impact as a rookie? Inching closer to the rookie reception record, breaking all these franchise records, and just the impact he's had on the offense. That's something that you could have seen back in summer workouts.
Well, I'm not a genie, so I'm not going to say that I did foresee that in Jalen's future, but I knew that he had a lot of potential. Of course, just being able to play with him at Alabama, and then also the OTAs that we've had together and leading up into training camp. He's done a really good job. You can just see his development within his understanding of coverages, his understanding of getting open fast against man coverage, and then blitz man and so forth. So, I think he's done a great job for us, and I did hear about his record, so congratulations to him.
Mark?
Hey, Tua, congratulations on the win. Let's walk through that interception pass that you had in the game. Could you walk us through what you saw on the field, and why did you go to Matt?
Yeah, just stepped up, and I thought I could give Mac a good back shoulder. Didn't expect him to break it across like it happened, but took a chance there. Obviously, we could have just hit the easier throw, the easier pass to Jalen on the in cut on that play, but it was what it was. I think our defense did outstanding, giving us opportunities that we obviously need to capitalize on. But that was that.
Joe?
Hey, Tua, you mentioned the Dolphins defense with 8 sacks, holding the opponent to 0 for 12 on third down. How does that impact the approach that you want to make, knowing how solid the defense has been?
Well, we always stress playing complementary football. So the defense giving the offense the ball back and the offense capitalizing on those turnovers. And then also in the kicking game, whether it's a punt, being able to back their team up and putting our defense in a good situation, and vice versa with our kick return and our punt return game. So it's definitely something that gives us life, whether it's the offense scoring on the first drive or scoring in general, or the defense getting a big third down stop or getting a turnover and scoring. It's definitely something that gives, I would say, this team life.
Thank you.
Jose?
Hi, Tua. I wanted to ask you about the throw in the third quarter to Mac Hollins. That seemed to be a big moment in the game. I just want to get your thoughts on that and the confidence that you have in him in making that catch. Thank you.
Yeah, I have a lot of confidence giving all our guys the ball. We ran that play flipped, going the same way. I think it was the first quarter, and I hit Jalen on that third down conversion, and coming back to the sideline, Mac was open. And so we knew they'd have a plan to either double Jalen or force Jalen to break into the thief player or their funnel player. So, when we did come back to it, thought I'd give Mac a shot on that. And I think he did a great job tracking the ball and catching it.
Ruthie?
Tua, you guys are the first team in NFL history to have 7 straight losses and 7 straight wins in the same season. What does that say about the character of this locker room?
I think it speaks a lot to the character of this locker room. A lot of the guys, like I've been saying, spend time with each other, outside of the locker room. And I think that's what, helps build the chemistry on the field for us. And I mean, it can only get stronger from here, I would say. So, it's hard to get a win on the road, especially in a hostile environment like this. But we'll take it, and we'll move on to who we're playing next week.
Thank you.
That's all we have time for. Thank you, Tua.
All right, thanks. Guys.
Said some kind of words.
If you guys want to raise your hands, we'll get started with questions for Jalen.
They gonna unmute it?
No.
You're unmuted.
He said some kind words, didn't he? Maybe he's just a likable guy.
We'll go to Mark.
Hey, Jalen, congrats on the win today. Great to be back. 10 catches for 92 yards and 1 touchdown. How did it feel playing in your first Monday Night Football game?
Man, it was great. It was great. Really, anytime we win or get a W, it's always great. It was fun. It was fun.
And what was your thoughts on tying the Monday night record with Jerry Rice on 10 receptions for a rookie?
Yeah, I ain't really know. I just literally found out probably like 5 minutes ago. Jay Rice the GOAT, so anything with him is an honor.
Does anyone else have any questions for Jalen? Ruthie?
Jalen, I'll ask you what I asked Tua. First team in NFL history to have 7 straight losses and then 7 straight wins in the same season. What does that say about the way that you guys were able to stick together?
It just really speaks to the team, how we're gonna fight with each other every week. Every opportunity we get, we're just gonna try to go out there and just compete.
Thank you.
Joe?
Jalen, after you scored the touchdown, I wrote down Waddle touchdown run, but I messed that up. It goes in the record books as a touchdown pass and catch. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I know it's like a weird play design, but it was smooth. Like the play call. It was a great play call. OC just called it at that time. So it's pretty fun. Anytime you score, it's hard to score in this league. So anytime you score is big.
Jalen, you guys have had some good success in the red zone. What do you like about the types of plays that are being called in the red zone?
I think my OC does a good job of keeping the defense honest and how they play us specifically in that area. So I like it. I think we're doing good. Still room to improve here and there, but I like it.
Thank you.
Omar?
Ready to go, ain't it?
All right. I want to ask you, I know you don't necessarily keep track of these things, but you're on this 10 receptions game. You are on pace to break Anquan Bolden's rookie record for receptions. Is that something that would be important to you?
Importance. I wouldn't say it like it's just like something like I got my mind focused on, but I'm all for it as long as it comes with some wins. But it's obviously be pretty cool because NFL is a special league, so anything in this league to have a record in is always big.
We have time for one final question from Hal.
Jalen, you're now in the number 7 position for the AFC standings, meaning if you win out, you get in the playoffs. You don't need any help. What's it like to move into that position? And when did you become aware that you no longer need any help from any other team?
You broke up. Can you repeat the last part of the question? I'm sorry.
What is it like knowing you don't need any help from any other team to get in the playoffs? And when did you become aware that if you win your final 2 games, you're in no matter what?
Really just right now. Honestly, I think our team does a good job of just staying on course, taking it one day at a time, one play at a time, and then just going out there and compete when it comes time to compete.